I swear I end up doing this shit every damn time. It never fails. Hey everybody, welcome to Stripper Radio Live. We are live right now.
Hey.
For the most part. I still haven't pushed down this stupid ass thing because I always forget to do it. I don't know how I always forget to do it. It's your boy HustleGodKane in the building. I'm gonna move it here so I look a little bit closer to it, I guess. But we got two great guests today, and I'm really proud of these two because, hey, they actually come and talk to me most of the time.
Hey, what's up? Yeah, we show up.
We got up first, Brad Sanders from my brand new favorite band. I really think they're really good. The Stray Sons is in the building. Of course, we got Logan Hinton.
Hey.
He is not part of the Stray Sons, but he is part of FM 90's Body and Soul. You catch him every Saturday. And of course, there's my ugly self. Hi. We got the boys. And it's like I got a band together today. It's not a boy band. Thank God.
I don't even know the name of my band.
I did know. I almost didn't, and I feel like then I was smoking too much weed today. But
there's no such thing as too much.
Oh, there is.
No.
I gotta go ahead and tell the people the good stuff. Hey, this is brought to you by the Downtown Tower Executive Suites here at the Tower on 6th and Tyler. Take the Mic, a podcast studio, and of course, by Leftwoods, who is making a comeback. They've been here for years, but they're making a comeback. I'm sure. They're coming back. The Medicine Wheel, a massage and wellness center, located here in the tower right around the corner. Call 806-676-7075. Ask for Susan. Tell her Kane sent you. And of course, my favorite arcade bar, Lit. That's right. Best drafts, best retro games. And then you got pool. You can do a lot of fun stuff. It's great for dates and stuff like that. Make sure you support us by giving us stars. Tell Big Daddy says so. I don't Trump it, but I'm on. We'll get this right. I promise. Don't worry about it. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing?
Man, we're good, brother. How you doing today?
Man, I'm here.
Man, thank you for having us. Thank you for having us.
No. Thank y'all for it. Of course, tolerating my crazy shit. While I'm sitting over here spitting out shit. Okay, so Bomb City Radio is on your Zeno app. You can get it with Apple Store or Google Play. Just record Zeno, look for Bomb City Radio, and they'll hook you up. I have to say this because I'm very proud to have this guy on here. They have done so much great stuff in 1 year. 1 year. He's had his band together 1 year. And they're already making big waves, but you can catch them on Bomb City Radio. They're on all platforms. They're randomly on my radio station, but they're on the radio. Get the Zeno app. So how are y'all today?
Man, I'm good to be here, but I am tired, brother. You know how I get down.
Yeah. Y'all has worked late. You work everywhere.
I'm nonstop. So I'm happy to be here, but I'm right with him.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Brother does roofing. He's a father. Then he goes and does Rockstar on the weekends. Then he goes back and does more roofing. This man goes and makes sure that our, weekends are always rocking.
I try in my city. I try.
I gotta know, what the hell got you on FM 90?
What got me into FM 90?
Yeah, besides it being FM 90.
Besides it being FM 90, I mean, as a kid, you would you'd look forward to Saturdays because you couldn't hear, all the underground stuff on, 93.1 The Beat or, back in the day. So that's where FM 90 really got me. But what really got me in, and it's the most randomest thing, took a school trip. Yeah, I took a school trip to the FM 90 studios, and I seen this girl, and she's in there just rocking it, just having the best time of her life. And I was like,
I think I know exactly who he's talking about.
I was like, that's what I want to do. That's me. That's exactly where I want to be. Everything. everything stopped right there. So
that's even better.
Yes.
And shout out to Dina E for rocking this planet, because that's who got Mr. Big L onto the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Now we gotta talk to Brad for a minute. I'm gonna put him on the spot too. I'm just gonna let him talk about the shit. How did you get this band? Okay, let me get this right. And I'm gonna talk real, because, and I know it says Brad from the Stray Sons. I'm not Brad. I'm not as handsome. Okay,
No.
But literally, this man here, this guy, that I'm sure everybody's going to sit up there and these girls are going to talk about, oh my God, he told me he's single, can't talk to me, tell me what's going on. No, it's cool. You can't do nothing. Take it. Mostly by his kids.
Damn for sure.
That's for sure. He's a great dad. So y'all really have made like some serious headway in less than a year. And you even dropped bandmates and switched up a little bit.
Yeah.
Tell us about that journey.
Man, like we were talking before we came on air, having a band was something that I was dreaming of doing maybe 12, 13 years ago. And then I quit music and did some other things for a while.
Yeah.
COVID hit and I was really needing something to do. And I got this thing, I was like, well, I can always get back into music. I can always go be a drummer for somebody, or I can write some music, write some songs, and then go do some open mics.
Right.
So I started doing some open mics, and people started asking me to come do a couple acoustic shows here and there because they liked some of the songs I was doing, because, my style is a little different. And this coffee shop that was owned by our original bassist and said, hey, you know what? Why don't you come down, do a show in December? I got some guys on you. And during that time, I was ready to give up because I'd been advertised on Facebook. I'm looking for either join a band as a drummer or start something, because I'm bored. Like I everything else I was doing, I can't do no more. And long story short, the guys, we all hit it off. We legit went to the back during a break, talked about it, and I was like, I'm in if you guys are in. They had some business they had to take care of. They had another band they were a part of that they were already on the outs with. They just finished up the schedule, and I think their lead singer was moving or something. And it was probably March when we started having our first practices. Okay. We announced we were a band sometime in March. We had our first show April 2nd, and man, just a lot of things have just happened. It's just we made friends in the business. Our first song, Falling Apart, was produced by Jared Belushi, who's the lead guitar player for Giovanni and the Hired Guns. I got to give a shout out to them, to him, and down at Real Time Audio down in Hinton, Texas, because he heard one of our live practices and was like, hey, I like y'all's shit. Come down here and let's record it.
Yeah.
And so we recorded that, and then, we changed a couple band members, for a couple of different reasons, and just things have been growing, and there's times when we can't believe we're as busy as we are, and then like this past weekend, you're so used to being busy where you're like, I got downtime. What can I do with this?
Right? Yes.
You don't know what to do with it.
You really don't, and it's just
that's a good problem to have, though.
It's just been a wild journey because we set out to be a red dirt band.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, we actually set out to be a red dirt band with a little bit of rock to it. And the more we played, the more we progressed, and we finally we found ourselves.
Yeah, y'all kind of grew into one another and just
yeah.
And good vibe.
And the more we found each other and found our sound, now it's like, I mean, you were here. I'm getting hit up for shows as I'm on the mic with you. And I'm like, I got to turn people down and everything else. So it's
he turned down 4 shows.
That's a good
because he's already got shows. So, what's up to Alexis Collazo? How you doing, baby? Hey, Bennett. Hope you're loving your new town. She moved from me.
Okay.
She moved away from me. Oh. I think it was because of me. I don't know.
Oh no.
Let's hope not.
I don't think it was. I think you always got to find something better or something that you really enjoy. Like you said, like he went from doing this to doing this, and now this is something that he loves to do. And it's always cool. Between the both of y'all, I got a question because, I would like to know the best way to approach someone that's musically challenged or has a millennial disorder. And by the millennial disorder, people, I'm talking about they hate everything. If it's old, they don't want to listen to it or they've never heard it. And then on top of that, you have a very unique sound. I've listened to you be a DJ. You play a lot of good old school vibes, but you play a lot of new school stuff too. So how would you best approach someone that is musically challenged, that's trying to challenge you as a musician? You know, because whether you play drums, whether you play anything, you're still a musician if you're involved with music.
Yes.
So how would you do that? Let's start with, I'm going to start off with, oh Lord, I have people to play with. All right, I'm gonna do Brad first. I'm gonna do Brad. Let's see, Brad, what's your answer?
So I'm gonna give you an example of something I have done, and then I'm gonna tell you what I do now.
Okay.
So we had one of our very first shows. We're here. Well, I'm not gonna say the name of the bar because it's not the bar's fault. But one of our very first shows. We're here in town on 6th Street, and we were just doing sound check.
Right.
And one of those people who are really adequated in the way they think about music or whatever. We're just doing sound check, and we're sound checking with an older song, something that we thought that bar would enjoy, Pride and Joy by Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, this guy stands up. He was an older gentleman. Stands up, flips us off, double fingers, pays his bar tab, and as he's leaving, just flipping us off.
Oh,
This is our second show.
Ever.
Y'all don't even started. Y'all sound checking, and he's like,
And so as he's walking, I was like, "Hey, brother, I appreciate you so much. You know, I'll make sure I'll tell your mom where you're going next or something like that." And I was like, "Well, if you're gonna do that to me, I'm gonna make sure people know to draw attention to yourself. Let's draw attention to yourself." And then there's been times where like we people tell us all the time, "Well, you should play this song or that song because it would fit better with the older crowd or this crowd." And I just tell them I was like, "Hey, I appreciate that, but you know, we're gonna do us." And I really hope, really hope there's something in the mixture of things we do that you're going to enjoy. If not, maybe the next band. I don't know. I can't. You know, there's a jukebox.
Good answer.
You can always go to the jukebox if you.
I appreciate.
If there's something you really want,
you can always go to the jukebox.
You got your phone, Spotify. Oh, go to a jukebox.
Go to the jukebox.
You'll be all right.
Some shit.
Yeah.
go to the jukebox. Okay.
Big L, come on.
What I normally do for somebody that is musically challenged or millennial, what'd you call it?
A millennial disorder.
A millennial disorder. I know a couple of people like that. What I like to do is I will force you to listen to something old. I will put it on, whatever it may be. Stevie Wonder. You don't know nothing about Stevie Wonder? You listening to Stevie Wonder the whole time
you know what? But that's the part, Stevie. the weirder part is there are actually people that do not know Stevie Wonder. Mm-hmm. So you're just gonna put them on to it.
Yes. Yeah. If you're going to talk like, oh, that's so old, you're stuck here listening to it with me now. Yeah. I'm going to find something that you're going to like in this old man's catalog.
Right. That old man's catalog usually got some gems.
It really does. And
I always go with like, I don't know. I go with the legends. You know, like I'm gonna hit you with some Tupac. I'm gonna hit you with some Biggie. Mm-hmm. I'm definitely gonna hit you up to some Eric B. and Rakim.
Oh yeah.
Because I mean that's like core hip hop.
Right.
But then I'm gonna switch it up on you. Because then I'm gonna go totally east, down and bound. And if you don't know that song or who sung it, it's because I love Smokey and the Bandit. I love Jerry Reed. Jerry Reed was one of those artists that no matter fucking what, if he didn't make you laugh with one of his songs,
right, something was wrong.
Something was wrong. Because he's gonna tell you, and that's like the worst part is he sounds like he was the biggest criminal in the fucking world.
Oh yeah.
Like every song, East Down and Bound was a total criminal song. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, you transferring shit, you trafficking? Mm-hmm. Like year 2010, your ass would have went to court. Somebody would take you to court because, hey, you implicated yourself in a lot of shit, sir. Mm-hmm. Needless to say. But I always try to tell them because, you know, I'm a DJ by trade. But literally, I just say, you know, like Brad said earlier, I'm just doing me. Let me do me. I can't play everything that you want me to play, and maybe some of the songs that you're asking me to play is not probably what everybody wants to hear.
Right.
I mean, I'm sorry. I do like country music, but I really don't think it has a place at a strip club.
It's one of those.
There's certain songs.
There's like one or two that you can sprinkle in.
I mean, Brooks and Dunn, they have the true formula.
Mm-hmm.
That honky tonk, badonka donk.
You got honky tonk,
Tell me that for the strip club.
That's for a strip club. That was specifically made for a strip club.
Save a horse, ride a cowboy.
We do that song, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh.
We killed it.
Thank you for completing the cycle, sir. Okay. But then there's Neon Moon.
Okay.
Neon Moon's a classic anywhere you play it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't want to dance with your woman off of Neon Moon,
Right.
or Keith Urban's Blue Isn't Your Color,
Right.
or God forbid, because I'm going to say it and I'm going to feel so blasphemous, Tennessee Whiskey.
Oh, Lord. You can't go to no bar and not hear
I mean,
That song is everywhere.
That song is everywhere.
You
And I'm
guys
going to do that
play-
forever.
So we have so my drummer, on certain shows, we give him an option where instead of doing a drum solo, he's also a great guitar player and got a great voice. So on a show that we need to put another song in there, I'll go to drums, let him sing Tennessee Whiskey, and I'll play the drums. Just to kind of change it up, because it's total, like, you won't expect that kind of hey, ladies and gentlemen, got a special down. Here's my drummer. You're like, oh, he's gonna do a drum solo. No, he's gonna
No.
He's gonna go out there and
He's going to kill you right now. Yeah.
So I've got, man, the Stevie Wonder fans got me bothered because I'm a huge Stevie Wonder fan.
But
And they're like, I ain't never heard Stevie Wonder. I'm like, you've heard him, but you ain't heard him.
Yes.
How can you not know you listen to Stevie Wonder when
That's
he
like
pretty much
Richard
created synth? Like,
No. This is totally crazy, bro. But I'm gonna tell y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all a strange story, and this is no embellishment to my kids. You know, like, I love y'all. You're just fucking idiots sometimes. We're sitting in the car. We're riding along. I got my son with me, my oldest son. You know, he's at the time, I think he's like 17.
Right.
Never heard. Oh, he's heard the song "In the Air Tonight." He just didn't know who sung it.
Right.
He goes, "Who sings this song?" I kind of look at him with like this dad look, like, what the? I did.
Like, I failed as a parent.
Yes, I feel like I failed as a parent, as a DJ parent. On top of that,
Right.
I go, son, Phil Collins. He came from a group called Genesis. He goes, Genesis? Who's Genesis? Oh, exactly. Same thought in my head. You know, my kid doesn't know the beginnings of real good music. Because I feel like Genesis, Earth, Wind, and Fire, The Time, Prince, Air Supply.
Yeah.
They were
Chicago.
They were in that era that, you know, Michael McDonald.
That big band sound.
It wasn't even just the Big Bang. It was just like,
harmonies.
yes, it was music.
Yeah.
It was still music. It wasn't like, oh yeah, produced by Hit Boy with such and such and such and such and such and such.
Right.
It was like,
Without an instrument being played. Yeah.
Right.
Tears for Fears.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a black kid. I'm watching MTV. They said the new Tears for Fears video is coming out. I broke my neck waiting to see the new Tears for Fears video. And sometimes it happened on a holiday. You know, they did it on Christmas or whatever. We Are the World.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know, that whole thing, the Live Aid thing, everything else. You know, there was that era. And so I really had to tell my son, I said, do you know that that's really the drummer of that band?
Mm-hmm.
He goes, really? I was like, yeah. He's the one that and he was like, wow. And he can sing? I was like, actually, he was the lead singer for the band, but he was in the drums.
Yeah.
He was on the drums. Every once in a while, you see Phil Collins come out. We gotta give applause to Sir Phil Collins.
Yeah.
You know, he did his last tour 2 years
He
ago.
did, and he said he's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Another way you could follow his mind is like he did all the music for Tarzan.
Yes.
Disney movies.
All for Tarzan.
Oh.
He did a lot of music for, we talked about Phil Bailey last week on the Gentleman's Club because one of the girls had never heard of Aretha Franklin. Well, she had heard of Aretha Franklin, She didn't
No.
know.
She didn't know that.
There's a difference between listening and knowing the music. So like any true, true music person, like these two guys, these are steps. It's like, these are the baby steps. Like if you don't teach your kids sticks, if you've never heard Mr. Roboto at least one damn time in your house, you might as well set your ass on fire. I feel. I feel you never heard Sam Cooke.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Like if you've never heard anything from Sam Cooke, Otis Redding, if you've never shown your kid fucking Pretty in Pink, just for the song in the middle, just a little tenderness, just that song itself, there's something wrong with you as a musician.
Well, you know what? I'll think about my childhood for a second.
Yeah.
I got to thinking, because you mentioned about what you let your kids listen to. So I'm sort of thinking like my kids aren't exposed like as much as I was, because growing up, I was born in '87.
Right.
So growing up in the early '90s, where you're having that transition where you had all this.
Oh yeah, that was
all the big
Snoop Dogg's, the Ice Cube. But then you also got, you got to think about, you had Poison. You had Rat. You still had Rat.
Yeah.
And Rat really, Round and Round was like about what, a 6-year span from, Poison, Skid Row, the people that were coming up in '87. The sad part is I was in junior high. I Will Remember You was our final song in the 8th grade.
Right.
Okay. And I worked on the newspaper, so we took pictures of everything. Yeah. I took a picture of a toilet and we played the song, and I forgot that I put it in the roll. And so it's like, you see this picture of a urinal saying I Will Remember You perfectly on time. So I mean, like, it's those things, it's those little things. Like you said, you were growing up in an age
where radio was still alive.
Yeah, it's still alive, but
not as the way it was back then. Because think about it, like, so for us down where I grew up in Florida, I could hit 93.9, and there was my R&B and rap station. I could hit 107.9, there was my rock station. I could 94.9, that was our like blended station. Yeah. And on top of that, like just me personally, my brother and sister, we spent just as much time in different communities, right? And was exposed to different music. Like if it wasn't for some of the communities we were in, I wouldn't have known who Aretha Franklin was, and I wouldn't have known some of the blues guys like I grew up listening to. But so
you brought up something I didn't think you was gonna bring up. He brought up the blues, man.
I got exposed to. I played drums, so something that I got blessed with was, and getting exposed to it. I'll share this. Is my dad was a pastor. And so about once every 2 months, we would do a change out with a church in the Black community. Mm-hmm. And we would go and lead their worship and my dad would preach at their church, and then vice versa, they'd come. So we would swap services. And there was a lot of times their drummer wasn't able to make it. So guess who got stuck on the drums?
Me.
So I'm up there learning all this cool stuff.
So he's learning gospel drums.
Yeah. So
he learned that extra 8 beat.
One of my dad's best friends had a studio, and we would go and listen to one of the music he played. He played keyboard and everything. Mm-hmm. And so we got zoot suits, everything. We were introduced to all that stuff. So we got blessed to really grow up. So I got to think about that as you were talking about my kids. I need to do better justice and introduce them to stuff like that.
Well, I mean, like, bro, hurts my soul. That's how.
Right? I get stuck listening to my playlist, things like the style we're playing, and I'm like, I need to branch out, let my kids.
It wasn't really just about expansion as much as it was, if I saw them doing the stinky leg one more time.
Oh Lord,
teach me how to Dougie.
Hey, look, the 2000s had some of the worst dance moves,
bro. I mean, like,
but that was the time.
But you gotta admit,
that was the club music.
But you also gotta admit, you caught yourself doing some of the shit.
I'll be in the corner over there doing.
There you go. Like, stinky leg, roll that leg a little bit. Like, I could Dougie. I can do that a little bit. I feel weird because now I feel like, so the first time I saw somebody do that, I told them to zoom height. God bless you. Bless you. Like what? Oh no, he's dabbing. Oh, I thought he was sneezing. My fault. My fault.
What was that? Snap your fingers.
Yeah.
I saw people doing that. I was like, you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, like you're not sure if they're having a seizure or a stroke.
It throws up over there, and you're looking for
The bad part is now I know it definitely wasn't a stroke, so I can at least verify that for my own. But the whole thing was just, man, you're right. You know, like 2000 was the death of parts of radio.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
If you didn't have a segmented show, if you didn't have like a really, really, you know, nationally syndicated show, you just didn't get heard. Like the local DJs didn't get heard no more.
No.
Right.
I think we're one of the few towns that still represent our local DJs.
Yeah,
like our local
yeah,
DJs are,
I'll say
especially with you now. Like you're keeping that alive.
I have to.
I applaud that. We gotta applaud
Thank you,
that.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
That was really something like you were talking about with your band and, you know, COVID. COVID set me down too, and I was like, man, I ain't got nothing really going on. So, and then listening to the radio on Saturdays, I was like, this shit sucks. I was like, I used to wake up early on Saturdays to get. I was like, that's why I'm getting back in there,
bro. I remember my ass partied a lot.
Mm-hmm.
My 18 through 25 years party
Yeah.
should be reinvented there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I partied with old schools, I partied with new schools. But no matter what, 11:59 on the dot, I'm listening to FM 90, Body and Soul.
Yes, it's about to
Walt Baby Love. I don't care what was going on. You had supermarkets taking you to the old school. You had Tony J taking you to the old school. You had Dina E. And I mean, and
my boy Echo, like,
yeah, we can't forget about Echo.
Yeah.
JC, of course, Eye Candy. What's going on, girl? Blanca.
Yes.
Blanca, you know, like, so this is like,
But that's exactly what that was. That was the party. At 11:59 on Saturdays, your day started, and it did not end until 4 o'clock in the morning.
I mean, you're preparing for literally Saturday.
Right.
This was not a game.
Right.
It was like, bro, you call up your homie, like, say, bro, what you doing? Oh, you know, shit, ironing my pants, listening to FM 90.
Yeah.
Making me a mixtape.
Right, making a mixtape.
No, I remember that because I used to have.
You remember making a mixtape?
That was embarrassing.
We made it work with what we had.
Go find an old tape. That
Three generations of mixtapes just came together.
I remember being in the 7th grade trying to record stuff off the radio station on my little boombox.
Oh, bro. Then I'm gonna love asking this question. What was your mixtape special? What was your one special song on every mixtape?
On one, got me to think about that for a minute. So I don't think it's going to be what you think it is.
I'm not assuming anything. You know, like, you've proven a lot to me today, so I don't care. But I just want to know what your mixtape special was.
I remember there was a few songs for sure that stand out. Because I had almost all of the Outkast. Every time I did something, Outkast. Every time. Whether it was Sorry Miss Jackson or anything else they did, I had almost everything. And then, California Love was the number one. Like, I had to have that
Right on.
Every mixtape. I don't care what any
Road Trip, whatever. That was your mixtape special.
That was on everything. I can guarantee that was on.
Okay.
What about you?
And
I spelled special wrong. I know I spelled special wrong. Y'all ain't gotta tell me I spelled special wrong. I know I spelled special wrong.
But the mixtape, it definitely anything from Master P had to go on there.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, anything from back then was Master P.
It ain't my fault.
Exactly, one of those, just to be in there.
Yeah, 3-6.
But or some 3-6. But
yes.
what I really did, and it was always a joke because I would make mixtapes for people. You know, you give me your list or whatever. I put, some Master P in there just to say, hey, I put one on there for you. But I also put the booty song on it.
Right?
Yeah, and just,
songs that you ain't heard.
Yeah, but it would just be like, damn it, Logan done put the booty song on my deck. I didn't even every time.
Thought
you thought you was safe.
Yeah.
It might be,
you ain't safe.
It might be track 1 or it might be track 19.
Don't know yet. It just depends
But it
on
was
how I'm
going
feeling that day.
It was going in there somewhere, just to be like, gotcha.
But what was that one song? That absolute one song you had to have on everything?
Ooh, one song had to have on everything. Ooh. John B's They Don't Know.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Yes.
With Pop?
Yes.
Okay. I'll give you that one. Mine, gentlemen, will probably surprise you. I had two on the mixtape special.
Okay.
One, of course, was I Gotta Be Down. Gotta have some brandy.
Oh,
I don't know why.
You had a crush on Brandy. All right.
No, actually, you know who my crush was? Faith Evans. Still is.
Still is. I give you that one.
I mean, Maya was fine too. So that went on mixtape.
Aaliyah's still there. I saw her in the movie.
Aaliyah.
Last night, my girl was watching the movie.
Romeo Must Die.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only one. There's two, but I don't like.
You didn't like Queen of the Damned Aaliyah?
No. I loved it.
Oh, don't play with me.
I'm not gonna play. I mean, you don't see her
like no.
I was a teenager, like, man, come over here.
Yeah, please.
Come over here.
I wanted to be a vampire so goddamn bad after that. So it was one of the two things. Either I was going to be a goth rock star, or I was going to get bit by Aaliyah and become a vampire. But of course, you couldn't give a real good mixtape unless you had LL Cool J.
Okay, yeah.
I Need Love.
Okay.
You got to put it on there, man. Especially if it's for somebody that you love, you know, and caring about.
Yeah.
Jodeci is always a must go to. Like I said, Eric B and Rakim.
Okay.
It just depends on who it's for.
Yeah, it depends on who it's for, what, you know, who's going to and what it was going to be used for.
I mean, we could really embarrass each other and really talk about, like, I remember in the 8th grade, I wrote a letter.
Oh God.
No, I'm actually going to be real with this. In the 8th grade, I wrote a letter to probably one of the most beautiful girl I ever seen.
Okay.
At that time.
Yeah.
She was kind of hood, but she was white. You know, like, so she wasn't really always accepted by, because I went to Amarillo High. So, I mean, she wasn't being accepted by the white folks. She was, you know, a black folk was taking her in.
Wherever she
Yes.
Yes. I know that girl.
I quoted Jodeci.
Ooh.
Okay.
How much of Jodeci did you quote?
I've been watching you.
The whole song?
Man, I took some from I'm Still Waiting.
Ooh.
I took some from Come and Talk to Me.
Oh, Lord.
And I took a little bit from Forever My Lady.
Well, you was a little bit more original than me, brother.
Well, because you don't want to sound corny, man.
Oh, man.
I was a fat kid. You know,
I was too.
the fat boys wouldn't get in love like that.
Yes.
Until you see one lucky one and he ended up being red haired and looked like a fucking Viking. But
there you go.
Us fat boys, we
had to do that extra mile and be actually just a little bit more.
We was on the edge, and then here comes Heavy D, which kind of helped us out just a little bit. Biggie come out and he was ugly as fuck. So, and he had a bad bitch.
Right. Yeah.
Bad bitches, plural. Because you had literally Little Kim
and Faith
and Aaliyah
and
Charlie Baltimore, and list goes on and on and on. I think you even had Brad at one point. Goddamn,
possibility.
But the whole thing was, it was just really the songs back then. They said something. They meant something.
Oh, most definitely.
I mean, we still had the whole. You guys figure on. He's like, yes, baby, I'm coming home.
Those are buttons?
No, those are buttons.
I'm taking the child like this guy.
I need to see what's to eat today. No, but yeah, man, I embarrassed myself. I went down the hallway and I looked, and I waited for her to let her out the locker. She kind of looked around, and I never got nothing from it. 20 years later. Oh yeah, it worked 20 years later. Like, I found out something about you. What you find out about me? And like, I didn't know that she stuck around. You know, like she left one semester, I left one semester, and then I ended up going to PD and some other shit. We ended up seeing each other 20 years later.
So it worked.
To a point.
Right.
Then I realized she was a crazy bitch. She ended up being but it might not have been my fault.
It might not have been.
It might have been
somebody else.
Yeah, you know, we've experienced being in love before. So since we are public figures, Please do not, take anything that we're saying against us or nothing like that. But we're gonna talk about some of the craziest live moments we've ever had. I will happily go first today. Oh man, I didn't even know Kristen was doing this. There's so many messages.
What's going on in the messages?
She said I was a fat girl that liked fat boys.
Hey, we love you, girl.
And then she goes, but now I'm into tall, dark, and skinny.
Yeah, okay.
I wonder. Hers was Jodeci New Edition, Shy and Silk.
Okay, she had that.
I forgot about Shy.
Okay. But they only had the one song though.
They had more than one. It was just kind of like that was just the one that everybody. That's what got them on.
Yeah, I had the CD, but that's the only one I listened to, and I go back and I'm like,
but I mean, Silk, on the other hand, had a lot cuts that made babies.
Made babies.
Yes.
Y'all got me thinking. Eighth grade, I made a little mixtape for this girl named Brooke I was dating.
Oh.
You said sixth grade?
Eighth.
Okay.
I slid this into the mixtape.
Okay.
You ain't gotta say too much.
Oh, hello, boys. Wait.
I look back at it now like, what the fuck was I
doing? He was on it.
What was I doing?
My partner lyrically, hey, Lyric, what's good with you, bro?
What's happening, bro?
I'm sorry if I did not know that y'all were on here. It's not my fault. But
oh my God,
it was the swag on that New York shit.
Yes,
because I was totally about Biggie.
Yeah.
I love Biggie, and the worst part is I didn't find out about Biggie until I went to California. And a lot of the shit, like back then, that's when we really started talking about just really different things. And I watched. This is why I asked this question. And I'm glad you brought it up. Craziest live moment, because I watched The Show. Mm-hmm. If you've ever seen this movie, The Show, if you haven't, go find it. Go find it. It's on some streaming. I know it is. Or YouTube is a great library to start at.
Yeah.
So if you find this movie, it's called The Show. It'll have Biggie Smalls. It'll have Jay-Z. It'll have DMX. No, that's the other one that came out. That's Backstage. But The Show had Wu-Tang playing. And it showed them live on tour and the things that they experienced. And I mean, when you actually get to go across seas and see something different, there's going to be a lot of things that just aren't going to make any damn sense. Mm-hmm. But then there's also the fact that 60,000 plays of my song has been in Saudi Arabia and Istanbul and some other places, rather than actually at home. Mm-hmm. So I got 60,000 people listening to one song over there, but not here. So over there, I'm like Elvis. Over here, I'm still the janitor over here mopping floors and shit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But what was the craziest moment as a artist that you ended up discovering on a live event?
Ooh, so we've had a few. I got two, man.
Oh, two.
Now I'm thinking about it. So we were playing in Lubbock at this place. Again, I'm not gonna say no club names.
Okay.
We don't play there no more. We don't have a relationship with them no more. But I don't want to make it sound like it's in a bad spot in town there in Lubbock. And I mean, they paid us well. Mm-hmm. The crowd that was there, nobody wanted to go to this bar because this location. This is be real. It's not a good location.
Right.
So there was a very heavy set dude who liked to talk, and he was telling us about how he used to play bass for somebody or whatever it may have been. And he was hitting on this girl who was like 7'2" and like 300 pounds. She was big, like not just like fat and like big.
But yeah,
she was a big one person.
That's not one I want to fight.
Right.
That's a chunk of them.
So he had been hitting on her, and it wasn't going his way for a while. And all of a sudden, mid-show, they left together, and I was going, they fed. Next thing I know, he's running in fast. Like, they'd be gone like 15 minutes. He's running in, trying to pull his pants up and everything. She's running in. She's barefoot, got her sandals in her hand, and she's trying to hide. To find out that girl was a prostitute.
Oh.
They got called out in the parking lot and came inside to hide.
Oh God.
And we're playing through it all. This is the same night. This is why I said I had two. This is the same night that's happening. We had this woman probably old enough to be all our mamas. She came up on stage and was trying to grab me. I'm singing a song. This is back when I'm single. Usually back when I'm single, women want to do that. I'll let you have it. Whatever. You can fill on me, but you ain't getting it after the show. So I'm trying to sing a song. She's all in my ear saying something. I just look over my guitar player. I'm like, all right, Jared, take a solo, baby. And I just disappear off stage playing the guitar. And she sees me leave, so she just starts groping and grabbing and humping on him. This woman's in a dress. She pretty much just drops her dress to her ankles. And we're like,
whoa, you got to keep playing. The show must go on.
I gotta keep going.
I'm laughing my ass off. I'm like, what is this? Why? Why are you doing this?
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So that was, and then she just gets up and walks off.
Like nothing.
Nothing happened. Just strapped up and went back. And we've had some other stuff happen. Not as much as that. That was one night.
You'd have to sit there and be like, I'm waiting for it, wait for it,
Right.
wait for it. There it is. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. I know
One night
happening.
we saw prostitute running from the cops, and we saw
Oh, wow.
And it's just like,
Man.
we're like, all right, let's get paid.
My brother's lyric says Lola was good. Big bro, miss chopping it up with you. Brother, keep up that soul. Of course, we gotta bring back soul at least. So, like I miss whole soul type stuff.
That's my God. That's love there.
Mine, I will, it's my first real radio moment. This is my first radio concert.
Okay.
I'm opening up for Webby.
Oh, okay.
So I'm being the host. It's my show tonight. I get on the phone. I'm doing all the stuff that I'm supposed to do, with the station and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, motherfucker.
Oh.
Because this dude that knows me from you really on the radio, cuz? Hey, let me say something to my friend. Hey, man, if you don't get on down here, guys, you're going to miss a great show. And, I had to really play it off, and I said, mother. So I'm sitting over here, and, and at the time, it was Tommy the Hacker. He was my boss at the time. So it's like, yeah. Did you just, man, I'm sorry it just came out, bro, and there was so much going on, and I'm so sorry. I still get up, and I'm hosting the show. And we're getting into the show, and they're meeting up the artists, and I was like, "Oh, we'll have a booty contest, see who wins. You'll get free tickets, for your friends." Because shit, we still had a couple of tickets. People were, lining up out there. I was going to give away some free tickets. Girl got up there, she lifted her skirt up. That girl had on no panties. My wife is sitting right, especially to my left, and I'm trying not to overly express what I saw. Right. And I'm like, no, baby, we can't do that. And I pulled down a little bit. And I was like, this, I should have won. I said, yeah, but you didn't have on panties. Right. I'm sorry. Next thing I know, and I'm getting into it, and I'm getting hyped. We're about to get, Webby onto the stage. And it's like, I'm hyped as hell. I'm enjoying myself. Some girl just showed her titties. And I'm like, coming to the stage, everybody makes some, God damn. And I turned my head and I said, I'm sorry, somebody just showed me her titties. And literally, I think I saw more titties than ass than I seen at the actual strip club. Right. That night, just trying to give away some free tickets to see Webby.
Awesome.
Then my best friend decided he was going to throw up in the car. I had to take him home. And then I ended up being at the same place that Webby was at. And I wasn't really going to go to the after party. I was like, hey, man, my friends are having a little get together, whatever. I'll show up at the get together. Man, that concert was so long. And then sure enough, that's where I see Webby. Webby sitting over there, smoking blunt, having fun like everybody else. I'm like, what in shit? Everything just worked itself out. That was just awesome. It's the most, I've had some pretty good moments. That was pretty good.
That's top tier.
That's top tier. What about you?
You were talking about Cursing on the radio.
Oh Lord.
I'm surprised nobody says anything about me every weekend, because every weekend I seem to let one slip. So I'll come back Monday and ask my program director.
Maybe 2.
Yeah. Did somebody call on me? Did somebody report on me?
No.
Ooh, she like, why? I let the F-bomb go.
It's okay.
Yeah.
What's going on, Jeff Zions? What's up, Teresa Landis? Thank y'all for joining us. I love you people. Y'all are great. Hey, my peeps. Of course, Kristen Hill, because I found out she was on here, and I found out Lyric was here by accident. I just have to look up. We were enjoying our conversation about the mixtapes, and then y'all just pop up on us. Y'all got to start telling people. All right.
But
so I'm talking about, and I've really been screwing up today. I put BAMs. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I've never even seen that. But what I was trying to say is top bands, top 5 of all time.
Of all time.
And I told y'all about it earlier. I had time to think about it. Let it marinate.
Yeah.
Because we only got 15 minutes left in the show.
Okay.
So I'm going to hit you with the hard shit. I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. You said bands. So first I'm going to go unconventional. I'm going to go Chili Peppers.
Hot one.
Yeah, most definitely. And then second band, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
All right. Do you remember?
Hey. And then I'm not really a big band guy.
That's why I said it.
I know, right? Another band. What else? Let's go Limp Bizkit.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah.
Okay. In all honesty, I don't think anybody would never not say Limp Bizkit.
Hey, that was the era of rock that I got in on.
Yeah.
So. And then one you got me one earlier, Stain.
Yes.
And then let's go with SOS Band.
Oh wow.
Top 5.
Good one.
Rock and R&B.
What's up, Brad?
So I gotta go way back because, like I said, I've got a lot of influences. So I'm gonna have 2 blues on this list for sure. I'm gonna go back to BB King and his crew. Because without BB King and what he and his crew did, you wouldn't have modern day rock.
That's
guaranteed. Right behind him, I'll put Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah.
Because those two guys together they changed a lot of games. I'm a huge Red Hot Chili Peppers fan. They did a great job blending rock and funk and blues and soul together to be a top band they are.
You spitting out gems, man.
And then I'm gonna bring out a true self-made band, and a lot of people can probably hate me for this.
Wow.
But because there's a stigma to them.
Yeah.
But these guys created their own record label, a fake one, just to get signed to a real one, and then became megastars in the late 90s, 2000s, and that's Creed.
Okay.
I mean, you can't not almost every album they got, you can sing half the album. Once you hear it, you know who it is.
And if you didn't try to sound like Scott Stapp, there was something wrong.
Hell, at one time I did for sure try. And then
I tried.
I mean, yeah. So, and then the last one, man.
I'm gonna take you higher.
The last one's kind of tough because I have a lot of bands I can throw in this category. Somebody, you know what? I'm gonna put a modern person in right now because right now they are, and it's not because we have ties to them. It's just because they're bringing rock back.
Okay.
And that's Giovanni and the Hired Guns.
Okay.
They're bringing it back. Without those guys, I mean, we got a lot of great rock bands playing right now, but they're bringing alternative rock and that southern soulful rock back.
You know, it's kind of the weirder part. First time I ever saw it on a playlist at my job, I'm like Giovanni and the Hired Guns. I was like, oh God, who the hell came in this weekend?
Right.
I go in, I play it. Wow, this is really good. Moon Fever. You know, they're a good band. Hi guys, love you guys. Sweater Gods. You know, like They're really great guys. But if we're just talking to us bands, of course, Morris Day and the Time is top of my list.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because I just love Morris Day and the fucking Time. Not that Kevin Smith had anything to do with that, but he made me really, really appreciate him more. Of course, Prince and the Revolution. And I don't mean Prince and the New Power Generation. I mean Prince and the Revolution.
Right.
Those are two different bands and two different sounds.
Either way, and I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Man, best album, Purple Rain. And Purple Rain had
Best
such an
album and the
eclectic.
best movie. Like,
Yeah, it really is.
If
I can
Purple
watch
Rain
it.
is on anywhere, I'm
I can watch
stopping
it.
whatever I'm doing.
Every song had so much
Yeah.
emotion.
Next up, Korn.
Ooh,
I love Korn. Korn is one of those bands that crossed over, that started off as a hip hop band, kind of like Booyah Tribe and POD,
Yeah.
and turned it into something else. You know, like it was
Real
really something-
blended.
Yeah, real blended music.
Yeah.
Much like, of course, Limp Bizkit. They would be in my top 5, but that's kind of it's very sacred ground for me. And I know they'd probably be more pissed off because I put this band before them. But Head PE. Head PE is if you're not into heavy metal, if you're not into, they're the anti-band. They really are the anti-band because they play everything, you know, from Southern rock to, you know, transitional hip hop to whatever. But they're a great band and they have a great rhymist. And he's a friend of mine. Hey, Jared, what's up, buddy? But top band, and I know it's going to sound so fucking weird. Cheap Trick.
Ooh,
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
They're my favorite band, like, of all time, because
I'll definitely give you that.
Dream Police, you know, almost every song, because I love the guitarist. He's got a bow tie. He's got this real high-end guitar. It might be double. It may not. It may have checkerboard and wore tennis shoes.
Right.
You know, like, but it was such a cool thing. And obviously a lot of bands really inherited that from them.
Right.
So it's always.
You know, what's crazy is we could go down, we could break this up in genres, subgenres, and it's really tough because you think about all the bands we left out. You know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
A
a lot of great bands.
Simple Minds.
Yeah.
Because everybody, you know, knows that song. Don't forget me when I'm gone. You know, or has watched some fucking John Hughes movie and has heard Simple Minds.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just one song. You know, same thing. You could also say Wham, because Wham actually had a decent album.
Yeah.
Or I don't know. Would Milli Vanilli actually count?
No.
I'm just saying, would it actually count? Because they could actually sing. They just didn't.
They were more, to me, they were more of
Gimmick.
a gimmick, more of a boy band type deal.
But technically, Creed was a gimmick before it became a band.
That is true. That really was.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, what was great though was the story of how they made
that's hard work. It's like, I'll trick you if I got to.
Yeah.
But you're going to hear my band.
Yeah, get my foot in the door. I'm going to do whatever it takes.
Well, guys, we got about 7 minutes,
Hey.
give or take those. You know, like, so I'm going to ask you, the ultimate question, last question. Are you the kind that rock out with your cock out, or are you a lone rocker with mystique? Are you one of the guys in the background, or are you the guy in the front?
Oh, I'm in the front.
Always.
We talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
It ain't a cockiness thing. It's the fact that I get a euphoric high off of having you entertained and seeing that you're enjoying yourself.
Definitely.
I love it.
I love it.
Awesome.
There's nothing like it.
Yeah.
Like, it really is.
And the more I see the crowd enjoy it,
the more I'm pushing.
I get. I've had moments where like I've humped the back of people's heads. They got too much.
Man,
I ain't scared. Like I will. You want to have fun with me? Let's have fun.
Yeah.
Marcella Lynn, thank you for joining the show, even though it's almost at the end. I love you. Bye. Logan.
You know me, I'm rock out with cock out.
Hey.
Yes. I definitely feed off the energy. Like, my thing now is that I love when people drive down Jackson Street and they're bumping every night, and I'm like, oh, what am I? Oh, I killed something.
Did you kill something?
I killed something.
Oh, no. Oh,
there we go.
It's just a headphone.
Okay. But no, I love that. That is like the best feeling in the world when they drive up and down Jackson and they're bumping FM90 while I'm outside smoking. I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
I'll get out and rock with you too.
Yeah. See, and that's the best part because, like, man, there's so much that people don't really understand. Or, like, as a DJ, like, I've got to host shows. I've been the DJ at the strip clubs. I'm totally rocking out with my cock out because I influence. Hell, I hope half-ass influence you.
Yes.
But,
yes,
you know, like, because how do I compete with titties? Yeah. I mean, how do I get tips more than the girls? Yeah. I have titties, but you don't want to see my titties. You don't want to see them. No,
I rip my shirt off every time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But at the same time, then it's like, you know, the bosses start thinking, oh, you're trying to make this about you. No, I'm just trying to make sure that these people are entertained.
Everybody's having a good time.
Yeah, that's all.
Whether it be the guy sitting in the back corner or the girl on, you know, satellite 1.
Yeah, because if she's sitting over here on stage number 3 and she's just like,
no.
Oh, no.
You better feel it, girl. I know you done gone through 2 rotations already, but this third one I got.
Or even better, I'm getting on the mic and saying, hey, jackass. Yeah, you with the red shorts that you look like you peed yourself and making everybody laugh.
Yeah.
And focusing attention on him, then I focus the attention on her.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go check this girl over here on stage number 3. Mm-hmm. No, get your black ass up. Don't make me turn off the music because I'll embarrass you. Mm-hmm. And that's where it just started becoming more than just a job anymore.
Right.
So I love those days and I hate those days at the same time because I end up getting fired.
It happens every once in a while.
It really does. But hey, guys, we've come to the end. So that means we're going to talk about y'all's last thoughts.
I mean, this has been awesome. I appreciate being here. This is an honor to hang out with you guys and just shoot the shit, be real laid back and just yeah. So you know, this is the first radio station for a podcast and everything in Amarillo that's given us a shot to just chill and hang out.
Yeah, because I really do hate those things. Yeah. Logan, what's your last one? I got to restart music. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's been great. I mean, me and you shoot this shit all the time. Yeah. So this is just like an extended version of us. So I appreciate you having me on, brother.
Man,
I'm sorry I was 3 weeks late.
No, it's okay. See, he went there. He went to like super. You on CP, super CP, beyond CP time.
I made it. I put you down on my calendar. I made sure I set an alarm. Make sure I could, come up here and talk about my
alarms for you. That's impressive. When people set alarms for you, that's when you're important. That means you're up on the level. You're on that top shelf shit. Man, I just want to say thanks to everybody that listens to my crazy shit every week. Don't forget we got let me see. When's your show?
This Friday night at Smoky Joe's. Starts at 8 o'clock. We'll go 8 to 11. It's no covered. Come on in and rock out with us.
Right on. Anything you want to announce, Mr. Logan?
Oh, man, you know what? Check me out every Saturday on FM90's Body and Soul. 8-hour party on the radio.
And I guess that's that.
Hey.
Hell, we might even shut it off 3 minutes early just so we can go pee. Because we've been sitting here for like an hour talking about great shit. Man, I want to thank everybody that joined us tonight. Kristen, Lyrically, Marcella, Teresa, my mama probably.
My mama
probably. Last time she almost cussed me out because I was doing a little bit too much cussing. And then we started talking about, overly sexual stuff. But hey, man, thanks to everybody. Crystal Stewart, last minute, but she's here. She gave me some stars.
There we go.
It's just lyric. He goes, it's just lyric. I still call you Lyrically. I don't give a fuck. Your mama name you Lyric, I'm gonna call you Lyric. But
I ain't gonna put his government out there.
I ain't gonna put his government out there. I know better than that.
Yeah, like I know what his mama.
Now, besides whenever he's in the studio and he says something stupid, then I'm gonna put you on the spot, bro.
That's my
just because it's my brother and I love you. So, guys, he goes, don't do it. He said, don't do it. I ain't gonna do you like that, brother. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put the screen up and I'm gonna wish everybody good night. Y'all have a great evening. Thank y'all.
Good night.
Good night.